everyone. Thank you, and thanks TEDx for the invitation. I want to talk to you today about dirt. I know that sounds a little odd, but let's talk about why dirt matters. About almost 4 years ago, I started a company called Detroit Dirt. The focus of Detroit Dirt was to create a closed-loop model where we could take food waste from local restaurants, cafeterias, coffee shops, breweries, and process those materials and make compost or soil. One of the key elements in that process was the Detroit Zoological Society. So, with that focus of organics diversion, we wanted to create a model that could be replicated in any urban setting. Along the way, over, I'd say, a course of 7 to 10 years of my life, I've done everything from lobby for green jobs and clean energy to work with universities and consulting and helping with workforce development and creating curricula around agriculture. Now, Detroit was an interesting place. I grew up on the west side of the state. And I had the opportunity to be a part of a Green Building Council project, actually a LEED project, and sitting at the table with architects, builders, talking about how we could build more efficiently, I started thinking 10 years ago when I was sitting at that table on how I could take something that my family was already involved in and integrate with the Green Building Council and other initiatives going on in Grand Rapids. With that being said, my dad had a waste management company. He dealt with maintenance, and so I spent a lot of trips jumping in and out of trucks with him, going to the landfills, and they never really made sense to me, even at a young age. But at that time, when I got introduced to the Green Building Council, I didn't quite understand what my purpose was at that moment. But when I got invited to be a part of one of the LEED projects in Grand Rapids, the recycling that was involved, we were breaking down the waste stream. I still didn't know my purpose at that point, but growing up as a kid, going to the South, going to my grandparents' farms, being involved with my dad's business, jumping in and off of tractors, going to the landfill, all of that along the way has something to do with where I am today, presently. Detroit Dirt. The last 3 years, the urban farming movement took off, really in the last 4 years, and I'm not going to say that I'm one of the people who's responsible for urban farming. I'm just one of the people who are able to sit at the table and be involved with some of the leaders in the community who believe that urban agriculture was a key element to Detroit. So when you look at the vacant land, the contaminated soils, the fact that we need to be growing locally, we need to be building a new economy here, I felt like with all of my past experiences that Detroit Dirt's closed-loop model could help empower Detroit locally. So we wanted to become an engine for the urban farming movement as well as waste reduction. I felt in my mind that if we could peel the waste stream back and put a dollar value on that waste stream and understand really what the waste stream is, what it means to us, to society, I thought that I could empower and influence people to look at how much we were wasting, especially corporations. And I knew that job creativity could come from this. I knew that curriculum could be developed from waste alone. So here's a picture that's showing what we do on a day-to-day. Basically, we take food waste from cafeterias, at corporations, coffee shops, local restaurants, who's ever willing to be involved in the project. We're on a 2.5-acre site near downtown, And basically on a day-to-day, we take that waste, coupled with the Detroit Zoological's herbivore manure, and we process and make compost. Compost means a lot of things to a lot of people, but the entrepreneur spirit of it, to me, was the key foundation of getting people involved in understanding why we need to grow our own food, why we need to understand about the soils and what's going on as far as urban agriculture. The vision that was given to me spiritually was to go full circle. We're all involved in this ecosystem. When we look at climate change, when we look at waste, we can talk about all of the different things that are going on in the environment. The circle is the key because we're all involved in that. Cost-effective, earth-protective. That's a philosophy that I believe in, especially with corporations, when I began to align with their zero-waste, landfill-free policies. How do we save you money? By reusing your waste. Let's look at that. While we're protecting the environment, we're doing all of these things at the same time. Saving the money in their trickle bottom line, but also protecting the planet. Now, these are just a few things for not just Detroit, but cities around the country to think about. The resources, the vacant land, the micro-enterprises that are involved with agriculture, the collaborations, the people who are pushing zero-waste landfill-free policies, volunteers. Collaboration was the key for me. From having a great support group at Team Detroit to General Motors, Ford, all of them believed that the waste stream was important and that we needed to look at it and how we could capture and recover those things and reuse them. This is a map of the city of Detroit, but I think that this map can be relevant to anywhere in the world, because it's time for us to figure out how we can work together. Pollution, toxins, waste, it affects all of us. Sustainability doesn't have any discrimination. Doesn't matter if you're an impoverished community or if you're well off. We're all in this ecosystem together, and it's time that we create a pathway for the next generation. What we do today with our earth and the innovation that we create for tomorrow is what's important. So it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about what we're going to do today for the next generation and creating innovation around climate change and protecting the environment. Thanks for your time. Thank you.